Now that we've created our first three-dimensional object, what we need to do is to learn to control the size of the sketch. So in order to do that, we go back and double click on the sketch, back into two-dimensional space, and we're going to learn to use this tool here, which is called a constraint. So first I need to select one side and then choose the constraint tool. Now what happens is it defines the size of the existing line. So that line is defined as 81.491 millimeters. If I want to change it now, I double click and then determine what size I want that line to be. If I need to constrain that size, I choose, I select constraint, it tells me what it currently is, and now I go back and double click on that to determine what size I need it to be. Notice that this object is still floating around in space, but it is now constrained to a particular size. I now exit the two-dimensional workbench and there is my object. The other thing I want to do this time is to show the next tool, which is Pocket. So when we choose to Pocket, we want to take material away now. So I choose Pocket. Now this is a common fault. I'm going to cancel this because I still have a sketch selected over here. I need to deselect that before I go to Pocket. So I now have deselected and choose Pocket. I now need to choose the sketch icon and select which plane I want the pocket to be sketched on. I choose the XY plane again. And here we are, back in two-dimensional space. I'm going to use a different tool this time. This time I'm going to use the spline tool. So I select that. And this tool will give me freeform curves. Now, if I want to close the shape again, I go back and look for that solid blue circle, which is telling me that the next anchor is going to sit upon the previous or the first anchor. Now if I double click from there, now this is a common fault also. I need to double click to finish drawing, and I've gone too far, and this is not uncommon. I'm now going to delete that anchor, and I've got a closed object now. So if I exit the 2D workbench, let's see what's happening with this pocket. I choose exit, and now let's have a look and see where it's taking the material away from. Now this sketch is looking to take material away from a part where there is not any material already. So if I proceed from here, the software is going to throw up an alarm. I need to choose to send the pocket back in the other direction. Now, if I preview that, it shows me that shape going all the way through. If I decide that I want this to be a different thickness, then I can just reduce the area there. I can preview that, and now this is what the pocket looks like.